All right, everybody, it's request time. In a way, we had somebody request a Henry Reed's breakdown, and because of the mandolin, they like the version on the mandolin. So here we go on the mandolin with Henry Reed's breakdown. It is fun to play on the mandolin, I must say, and I may throw a few variations as I teach it here after we play it through a couple times. So here we go. Henry's breakdown. Thank you, Erynn.
It sounds better on the mandolin than any other instrument. I hate to say it. Maybe
well, it works,
even the fiddle.
Works good on the mandolin, so we'll explore that a little bit. Thank you so much. All right, so let's dig into a little bit of delve into Henry Reed's breakdown. So it's in A modal, as you may have guessed there. It's got, so you have some nice drony high strings, as the fiddle does too. But
has some minor moments too.
Yeah, so we got that nice drony sound, and you have a lot of that open A string bouncing around with the melody there. And I'll show you some a high and a low variation too, maybe. But so the first thing is just this. Let me just show you a couple of chord things to work on. We have this fourth fret in the bass string, and the second fret you have this a drony. It's what I call a short reach, but your fourth fret on the bass string and your second fret with your first. So my second and first finger. And we're going to get it up from there. We're going to reach up with our third finger, get the fifth fret. Let's just practice this one time. Hold that drony E. Find that sound for a second. So there's your drony E, and we're going to do that also in the. This is going to use that at the end of the phrase, and in the we're going to do it on the higher an octave there. If we go way down to the middle strings, and you have 9 and 7, the same. It's an octave there, and you reach it. I'll get up a little closer. You can see that really good. Let's see. Let me get up here and let you see that. So here. So we're going to do that a lot. So it's really an E and G kind of sound. On the tab, I think I have E to G, but it could just be E sound with a bluesy middle. So try that, and then we'll go up right where we are here. Right. So we're going to use that in the first part, and this is kind of our ending phrase. Help us there. So let's just go and start out with the first part of Henry Reed's breakdown. It starts on a nice, you got a lot of the third and fifth fret. So our first phrase is just going to be that, and you have a little bouncy note. So let's just do that nice and slow. So you're up on that open 3, you know, it's just E, G, A, and a bouncy note. And again, G, A. So that's just try it a few times. Then open, and then 5 and 3 on the second string, which is a D to a C. And then we're going to do a little slide on a unison slide on the third string, and it could be 6 or 5. I'm thinking 5. Slide, and a little bouncy, open A, C, A. So that's the first phrase. It's going to reoccur, so let's do that nice and slow a few times. 1, and you have a little pickup, so it's coming in on the fourth beat. So 1, 2, 3. Slide A, C, A. Let's just repeat that a few times. And I think the tune does that anyway. And we're going to add that nice little cool E maneuver the second time around. But let's just do it one time like we're starting the tune again. Henry, reach your breakdown. 1, 2, go. And I guess looking at the tab, that's pretty much what I have. And there's a lot of, you can vary a lot there. So one more time, let's just do that first 2 measures. 1, 2, go. And keep in mind, I'm just picking down, up, picking. So down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. You know, down on the downbeat and up on up beats. So it's just going to go, the third measure is going to be the same thing. Starting out. And after that, we're going to slide down. You could use your second and third finger and slide down to 7, which is your unison note. We're going to catch that short reach on the 9th fret, 3rd string, and add that little. But now also you could slide with your first and second fingers. I think either way works great. So let me play that much for you with that slide and let you hear it there. And you can milk that slide. I've got it just with 1 fret slide, but you could go a bigger slide if you like. So here's the first 4 measures of the first part. A, C, A. Beautiful. Okay, I'm going to do that again. And that's halfway through. We're going to go back to the first phrase, and then we get to do our nice little ending phrase with that same E shape on the low string. So it's going to play itself. It makes its own gravy almost after a while. So, and I think what I'll do is go all the way through the first part this time. This time I'll let you hear that low thing too. So starting at the start, 1, 2, go. A, C, A. E maneuver. Starting this first phrase again. This time, you bounce that C, A twice and go low, and you're going to have a little hammer. I'll get that shape of a hammer open to 2. So you get a little hammer. So, make it a little more rock and roll just to get the feel. Slide. So try that. Get the 4th fret low and your first finger's ready to hammer, but open to 2nd fret hammer. 5, 2, 5, 2. Hammer, hammer, strum. 5, 2, 5, 2. Slide, A, C, A. Okay, let's do the whole first part one more time. That's great. 1, 2, go. And let me show you one thing. You can start there, or you can start with your first 2 fingers. You can shift. You know, you can do it with the second, third, or first and second. Works good both ways. 1, 2, go. I kind of like doing it there first, and then shifts in the first 2 fingers. Because I'm gonna go up high, slide, and the C, A, hammer, 5, 2, 5, 2, slide, repeat. Beautiful. C, A, hammer. Beautiful. Okay, so we're going to get to use some of the same stuff in the second part. That's the first part. And chord-wise, you got an A chord, just bar, and just do a small slant, 1 and 2. And I guess what I've got on the tab here is sometimes just E, but you could do an E and a G. It'd be a little weird, but you got E. So you got a lot. You could, just almost the melody would work too. You know, that's chords. Second part, we get up to it goes a little on the unison. So the first part has the higher notes. Second part's going to be working a little lower in the same chord. So open 3, and I'm doing a little scoot from 6 to 7, and then 5. Let me make sure that's right. I think so. Yeah. So that's our start. You have the and it's just like the first part. And we get to that nice little low. Almost the same maneuver there. So a lot of repetition. And exactly the same at the end. it's going to be almost too easy. So you just have that open 3 and scoot 6 to 7. I'm going to use my first finger and then third finger, slide 6, 7. 5th fret, bounce that. And I think it does it twice, yeah. So, stops there, slide, open 3, open. Same thing, go low. And the ending. So I don't think you'll have too much trouble with that. Let me just show you a couple of fun things you can do with this tune. So on that, if you go way up, you can go up to the 12th. Is it 12th? Let's see. 5, 7, 10, 12. So you got 5, 8, and way down to 12 and 10. So you could do something like it. That long reach, I call it, back and forth, then open, and 3 and 5, so you can get high. You could go to the E, like you already did, but you got a little high variation. And you got the same kind of thing if you went, you have to go 2 frets toward the, you're running out of body there. A lot of options there trying to play it low, and you could also do stuff on the let's see, let me think here. So you can do all on the 3rd string. You got what is it, 14, 12, and then you got, I'm using that 2nd string, 10 and 5, 7. So you got a lot of possibilities. Kind of move up in the higher positions on the strings and try stuff there. On the high strings, it's 12, 10, and then you got to go on the 3rd and 4th string is 14, 12, 10. So let's do the whole thing one more time there. Henry Reed's breakdown, and I think you'll have a lot of fun playing this. And it's great on every instrument really, but the mandolin, it really seems to shine there. So, and just to start, I might do a little. It's nice and slow. Here I go. 1, 2, 1, 2, go. Hammer. Repeat. And just I think there's a video of me playing this at a contest years ago. I do some different little climbs and things. Just that's more like Henry Reed did, just that. But I kind of sometimes I'd go, different things like that. So a lot of the ways you can end that little finishing phrase or the last phrase of the tune. Try varying that a little bit and see what you wind up with. But mainly out of this, get that little E shape and the G. That's a great sound. You got it on the 2nd and 4th fret low, and then middle strings, you got 9 and 7. Pretty cool, huh? So that's a good move. Just if you're in E minor or G kind of stuff, or A major, you got that kind of works in a lot of keys. So Henry Reed's breakdown, I think you'll have a lot of fun with it, and play your mandolin often. You'll be glad you did. Thanks a bunch.